Hey guys, BJ the Brave here, and I am bringing you today my very first deck guide for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, which is something I'm quite excited about. It's day 3, so it's still very early, but I've been working away on a few decks, and this one has got to a point where I am fairly happy with it. I think this is a very good deck. What is it? This is Haven Control, so this is not a sort of amulet heavy it's got amulets, it's a moderate amulet deck, but I'm going to be doing like a tempo amulet deck coming up soon, and that style has a completely different style to this deck. But this deck is really all about kind of controlling the board and then just outvaluing your opponent into the late game, whilst also being able to have plenty of heal to keep yourself healthy, plenty of wards to keep yourself safe from all the enemy storms, and yeah, the deck works out pretty well. So let's take a look at the deck and then we'll jump into some gameplay. Okay, so first of all, we are running 3 copies of Serene Sanctuary, helping us to cycle through the deck, similar with Leia as well. We don't use the Evolve on Leia too often, but being able to being able to play these cards means we're not running out of cards. We're drawing into our options. Now, we do run a single Darkhaven Grace. This is really important, guys, because what I found was even when I had 2 of them, that I was ending up never ever wanting to put 2 down on the board, and then I was running things like cards just to be able to discard something from my hand, and then I was just like, why am I doing this? So basically I run a single copy, and because we're running Rodeo, it's actually quite easy to ensure that we pull that as well. One of the reasons for this card is that it's really good at just constantly healing 1 every single turn to our leader, keeping us nice and safe, whilst also giving that +1/1 and making the trades more difficult for our opponent. We've got 3 copies of Pact of the Beast. This is a very good amulet, even in a sort of, to be honest, in any Haven deck, I think this is very good. And being able to engage and time when you get the Beast, the Holy Flame Tiger coming out of this, is absolutely massive. I do run 2 copies of the neutral card, Apollo, and the reason for this is because it's just, there's some games where it's not very good, but it's just so good against Forest and against Swordcraft, taking out all the tokens. And then I have a single copy of the Holy Shield Maiden. Now, I was running more, and by the way, this is probably one of, I would say at the minute, at this stage in the game, this is my top 5 cards. I actually really love this card, but as I've refined this deck, I'm only running a single one. Believe it or not, it's actually a really good, it's actually a pretty good counter to the Masterwork in Portal, right? Because when he comes down, he does his 5 AoE damage. That just pings off the shield, the barrier, and then his charge, obviously, this thing's got wards, so he can't actually clear it. So that's one of the reasons for it being in the deck. But it's just a really like solid 3-drop. It also has good synergy with like the Grace as well, like pinging this, buffing this as well. It can just be quite an annoying unit, and it also gives us something that's cheap and proactive in the deck. Now, we run 3 copies of Dose of Holiness for removal. We do run 2 copies of Divine Thunder. I think this is a very good neutral card, to be honest. It's a hard removal with the bonus of dealing 1 damage to all enemies, and as I said before, that ability is very good in like a third of the matchups, right? It's good against tokens, basically. So Divine Thunder is not a bad shout, and if you playing free to play or early in the game, I think this is a good card to get because you can put it in all of your decks. Now, we do run 3 copies of Iron Fist Priest. I do find that this is a really nice card to target your Evolve on, because if you just get behind a little bit in the early mid game, you can kind of come on, Evolve. It does 3 damage to a unit, and then you can obviously charge the other unit, so it clears the board up nicely. Now, we run a couple of copies of this. This is one of the more recent things that I added to the deck, to be honest. I wasn't running this at first, but you do find with this deck that you do have these turns where you know, it's like a little bit slower. And rather than just running the 3 spell draw 2 cards, for an extra 2, I'm putting this down because obviously I can, you know, I'm putting a body down, and it also is restoring 2. So for the extra 2, I'm basically getting 2 heal, and I'm putting a 2/3 body down. I think it's worth it. Next up in the 5-drop, we've got a very important card in Salefa, the Guardian of the Water. Along with the Iron Fist Priest, this is probably one of the key cards you want to be trying to make use of your evolution because the 3 AoE damage is absolutely huge at that stage of the game. Now, I am running double Soul Cure Sisters. Again, when I was running more of the 2-drop tokens, I wasn't running this, but I've actually found it to be really good. You know, it doesn't rely on... What I'm starting to realize is when you get a good fanfare ability, when you get something that doesn't rely on evolve, then that's really good to have, right? Because you've only got, you know, 2 evolves, and this doesn't need it. So it just basically puts 5 back on your heal. That's quite a lot in this game. That's 25% of your health, and it's got ward as well. So adding to that kind of theme of ward and heal. Now, we run 3 copies of Unholy Vessel. This is legitimately one of the best cards in the game right now, guys. Just destroy all followers. You can just put this down. You don't even have to use it. What does your opponent do? It completely deters them from developing the board. Such a great anti-tempo tool. And then we actually run 3 copies of Maeve as well, because again, this thing has ward. Then when it dies, it will bring Unholy Vessel back. So it's okay to put the first one of these out fairly early, because you know then that every time you play a Maeve, that is going to come back. Now, we do run 2 copies of Rodeo. I absolutely love this card. I think it's brilliant. It's really good in my tempo deck, but I still run 2 copies in this because of the thinning, right? The thinning ability to bring out the 3, and often that will help me find this if I've not drawn it in the early game. If you want as well, it's quite a good super evolve target because you can destroy the enemy with the highest attack. That's really key, so you can take out the big thing, and then the 1 damage again, meaning again that you deal with like all of the tokens. Rounding out the deck, we've gone for the 2 big girls. We've got Lapis. Now, I've got to be honest, if you go and watch my Haven card review video, go and check that out on my channel. I actually was pretty down on Lapis. I don't know what I gave her, but I was a little bit wrong about this card. I definitely rate this card more. It's a really nice target to bring on an 8 and just deal with something big threat. They've got to deal with it now, and then obviously the crest means that it's going to come back again in a couple of turns. This time it's going to have Storm, and you can time that with our other big girl, Xian. Obviously, knowing that this is coming back on from the crest, Xian then plays on and gives her the +2. So I really love Xian. You don't need to super evolve with Xian. You can just play her fanfare with a deal 6 damage AoE. It's absolutely massive, and all you need is really 1 card down to be getting that +2, and she's just giving you insane value. Even like worst case scenario, you can just use her as an AoE. It's not the best way to use her, but it's certainly a possible way of doing it. So yeah, guys, this is the deck. It's got walls of ward and defense for people to get through. It's got a ton of healing, and it's got some really powerful removal tools and really powerful finishers. So overall, I think this is a really superb deck. Obviously, in the mulligan, it depends a little bit on what you're playing against. If you're up against Forest or Sword, then you definitely want to keep Apollo in the early game. Whereas if you're playing against things like Dragon and stuff, then you might prefer something like the Dose of Holiness for some removal. I usually like to keep one of my mid-game comeback mechanics, so like the Iron Fist Priest or a Guardian of Water. And other than that, you're just looking for you know, your layers, your Pact of the Beast can be okay, or your Sanctuary. In terms of the late game cards, the only ones that I tend to keep is sometimes I keep Rodeo because playing him out on 7 means that you are going to be drawing 3 amulets, which means you're really thinning your deck, and then you're much more likely to find your big bombs into late game. So it's okay to keep 1 copy of Rodeo, and particularly if you're going second and you've got 4 cards. So yeah, that being said, guys, let's dive on into some gameplay, and then I'll see you at the end. Okay, we got a Havencraft mirror match.
Enjoy yourself. You look bored.
So I think this is quite nice, the fact that we got our Grace in early. So we both go with a Serene Sanctuary. Guess we just slam this for now.
Someone needs some justice. To the face.
Okay, so it seems more like a tempo amulet deck. I think we can just engage this.
I lost.
Probably just slam this.
Safe here.
A few different ways we could have done that. We could have used the Dose of Holiness, but it wouldn't leave us the board. It didn't feel great doing it on a 2 health unit. 2-2 for when we can do 4 damage. This way we've still got a board. Okay. Here come the amulets. Soup. So we've got the extra player points, so there's no way he cheats out the AoE next turn. Huh. Actually feel like dropping this.
Ding dong.
Rest.
Pushing some damage. Feels decent. Even an argument to say, should we have used Evolve there?
Someone needs some justice. To the face.
Repent.
Okay. So evolution point, so we can clear the board.
An angel.
Otherwise, our ding dong was blocking.
I'll always watch over you. Here's the booster. Promise this won't hurt. I lost.
Pressure's in a turn, so we might as well use it. I think we're just going to tempo this out.
Spread the love.
Doesn't do a right lot in this matchup, to be honest. More there for the Forestcraft and the Swordcraft.
The young paragon dons his mask.
Brace yourself.
Il a do.
My
Okay,
star
that's
is the
both.
Star of Paradise.
That's both of those used. We haven't used one yet.
My staff's a perfect painkiller.
Repent.
Could have used the
Seems
player
so
point
just
to
like a monk.
I leave the rest to
play
you.
this, and that would have given us the damage to just sit defensive and trade, but problem with that is that if we wanted to cheat out Lapis next turn,
Feeling better now?
or Jiang, we wouldn't have the extra bonus player points, sorry, so.
Without suffering, there is no glory. Brace yourself. Be anointed. Turn from sin.
So the thing about this unit, what I find is that it's quite a good use of the player point because it's such a slow card. Like we've now got it basically queuing, right? Like it's gonna be back with Storm by turn 9,
Never dies.
which is pretty cool. I think we're just gonna play this here. Seems good. I think we'll play this and we'll engage this just to start healing a little bit. And she's going to be back next turn with Storm, right? So you can play Jian next turn and then she gets buffed. Ugh.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Someone needs some justice.
Plus you can buff from
To the
this.
face.
Plus she could super evolve. This could be a ridiculous turn, right?
Repent. Even fate shall fall to this blade.
Oh boy, this is going to be insane. Alright, so here she comes.
Suffering, there is no glory.
So we're going to play... We're going to play Jian.
Fear not the god's absence.
I lost.
So the only thing here is that we can put this on here for 10. And then if we did this, it'd be 13. But if we do that,
Behold divinity. Through justice, advance!
so we could have left it on 3, but I think this is better, right? This leaves a better board.
Rest.
Turn from sin.
So it has 5 instead, but this leaves a much more threatening board for him to deal with. Obviously, if he's got the amulet, the 6 cost amulet, he's got a good removal. There it is.
Hope never dies.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Ding dong, ding dong. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to evolve this.
Repent.
And then we can finish this off. And then we can actually just drop this.
My staff's a perfect painkiller.
And obviously, our girl is back next turn. He's out of evolution and super evolution, so I think he's just done here, right? Like, he can play another vessel, sure. Unless he's got another... We've got the Divine Thunder in hand to block to deal with any sort of ward unit. So yeah, we should be cooking, guys. We should be cooking. He's drawing, he's digging, he's digging.
Without
There it
suffering,
comes.
there is no glory. Turn from sin.
Okay, GG.
A trial.
Really underestimated Lapath, but that's a great showcase of what she can do. Alrighty, Abysscraft.
Enjoy yourself.
Drop the pact. Two shadows are in the cemetery.
I am keeper of memories.
Okay, building up his shadows. Don't have a ton to do here, so we will actually just engage this. Deal with that.
You are not
Did this to
forgotten.
me.
Pushing the damage.
This will be a feast. Now this will be a feast.
So we're actually going to play for this, because this is the sort of turn where we can play this kind of like slower tempo. That obviously draws for us, heals a bit as well. It's exactly the kind of turn where you want to play that. It's when the pressure's not on.
The smiling undertaker dons his mask. Be at peace.
None may resist.
We can play this and the Serene, and we will evolve it because we can kill this, and then we can just have a bigger unit threatening the board rather than needing to trade in. Ding dong!
The smiling undertaker
Ding
dons
dong!
his mask.
Down comes Mukan!
Peace.
The Shadow Crypt Ward. I've got to admit, Abyss is like the one class that I've really just not even got started with much yet. Okay, so let's have a think.
Kronos!
Mourn for me as I'd mourn for you.
I'm here to spread the love.
I'll always watch over you.
We can now super evolve. So it cost us the bonus play point that turn, but we were able to save the use of an evolve.
Ding dong.
Ding dong!
You would take my hand.
Down comes Ceres. Love this card.
You will be mine forever.
Love the art.
On the blue rose.
It's got barrier. Huh.
I'll always watch over you.
We're a little bit more liberal with those in this deck. It's actually quite good to get one
Keeper of
used, because then when you play your 7 drops, you bring it back.
You are not
Did this to
forgotten.
me.
Now this will be a feast. treat all my specimens equally.
Okay. Two copies of skeleton, so I feel like having the vanguards could be decent here.
Ding dong,
Ding dong, back to 20 health. Heal, baby.
What a lively
Be
audience.
at peace. I am keeper of memories. You are not be at peace.
Feeling better now? I'll always watch over you. So was I still sleepy?
Brace yourself.
Surge!
Mourn for me as I'd mourn for you.
Here's the booster. Promise this won't hurt.
That's a wrap, folks.
Okay.
I only reap on the clock. Nap time.
Nap time.
What a lively
Be
audience.
at peace.
Okay, so we're gonna play Leah. And then Jian.
Dong, ding.
Fear not the god's absence.
There's an argument to, like, sometimes evolve and super evolve in these sort of board states to try and put something huge up, but he's got a super evolve to counter, and he's also got a lot of Bane in this deck, so it would have definitely been a waste there for sure.
Show everything to a crisp you up. I'll rough you up.
Sound the retreat.
Away. I'll always watch over you.
My weapons bestow
Get rid of that now because we're out of evolution points.
Here's the booster.
Behold divinity. The thunder of
That was
Zeus
a blast.
descends. A fated verdict.
Okay, so we want to use this to engage this, and then we use this. No, we won't. We'll play Leia. Ding dong! Ding dong, ding dong!
Turned to stone or swallowed whole.
Swallow me whole, baby.
Judgment delivered.
Oh, Medusa. No, 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 no.
That jingling purse.
That's so goddamn good.
Without suffering, there is no glory.
Don't think we suffered. I don't think we died to Bane, do we? When we super evolved.
Be anointed. Turn from sin.
This fight didn't count.
I am actually gonna kill that,
Promise this won't
and I am
hurt.
gonna use this
Rest.
and heal up, and we'll do that as well. Cause why not? Why not?
I only reap on the clock.
14 cards left. But now we've got
Guys,
one of our One of our late game win cons is online now
Oh, my chestnuts.
with the crest.
Specimens.
She will keep coming back, which is good.
It's just my eve now. Can we talk after the battle?
Turn to stone.
Oh, second Medusa. I was going to say it can be awkward. It can be awkward for him because obviously he knows now we're bringing back the Unholy. Down
Without
comes
suffering,
our girl.
There is no glory.
I really wish I'd saved that 3-drop earlier. I've got more in the deck somewhere. We could look to draw it.
Turn from sin.
All quests pass through darkness.
So I was still sleepy.
The Warden a heal. We can't use it. We can't use it to evolve, so that's probably as good as it's going to get.
Beast, all
None may
hounds of
resist.
meat.
So actually, next turn we want to use Jan, right?
Kronos, on to the next hunt.
Rest.
We'll just heal one. He has still got one evolution point.
What a lively
Be
audience.
at peace.
So next turn we got our girl.
You would take my upon the
Lapis is back.
Without suffering, there is no glory.
And this time, we timed it with Gian.
That's a wrap, folks.
Turn from sin.
Actually, before we do that, let's engage. Do we want to put that on here or on here? Let's put it on here.
Turn from sin.
Oh, okay. Here's the other Apollo. So note to self against Abyss. But I threw one away a bit early on, which I didn't need to.
Twinkling purse, I hear? Chains to ash and boredom to dust.
Cerebus.
Let's toast 'em. We can flame 'em good. Run away!
Sound the retreat.
Heals up. He's got an evolve point, but not a super evolve. Is it enough?
Now
Not really. GG.
Fear not the god's absence.
Thanks for the business.
Turn from sin.
We got him.
It's a game. Enjoy yourself.
All right, we got
I
Forestcraft.
long for sights unseen.
Forest. We definitely want to keep this for Forest. Maybe we didn't need that actually. Yeah, maybe we didn't need Dose actually for Forest. Probably should have mulliganed that. Okay, so we dropped the pact. I think we'll just go slow here.
Here's the booster.
Just set these up, set the amulets up.
Dogwood staff, awaken.
Oh boy. We got a lot going on here. Pass the turn back. Thing is, in theory, Forestcraft is a really good counter to Haven, because Haven, especially this like deep control, right? Because just gives Forest time to combo and burn, basically. What I'm quite liking and starting to realise, actually, only 3 days into the game, is that there's quite a round robin that goes on in the meta. You know, like Portal's really good against Runecraft, but Haven's good against that Portal, and then Forest is good against Haven, so it's kind of interesting. I think we're just gonna go ding dong.
Ding dong, ding.
I think we're just gonna do this.
Repent.
Let the sound of the bells give you
Draw
joy.
for some options.
She's just a young bud. Let's play a game. Same time tomorrow. Let's play a game.
Same time tomorrow.
I'll always watch over you.
Let's just dump this and say, what do you want to do here? Like, if you play a big girl, which she does, there's nothing for her to hit, and you can't afford Storm.
I see.
Okay, you do it for future turns.
Cries of nature.
Okay, so you got 4 in, fair enough. So we're going to say goodbye to that board. Do we want to heal at this point? Let's get rid of you.
My weapons bestow fair judgment.
Okay, so now at least we've got this down, so we can start to heal a little bit.
We walk in the light of the crystal. Judgment delivered.
I mean, that just kills that on its own, right? We got our girl here. Oh no, not no. Wrong girl. It's not time for you yet. So actually, maybe we do just trigger these.
Promise this won't hurt. Promise this won't hurt.
And then we can just drop this.
It's just my Eve now.
And then we can just engage.
Rest.
Heal a bit more. See, they want to chip, but the thing with our build is we have got a lot of heal in here.
There's no end to a fairy blader's training.
A lot of heal. Lot.
Same time tomorrow? Let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
Tomorrow?
Let the light anoint my blade.
I've longed.
Okay, but you know what's coming. You know what is coming, don't you?
An endless journey.
Indeed.
It's just my Eve now.
And it'll be back again. This cycle is absolutely insane.
Let's play a game. Same time tomorrow? Let's play a game. Same time tomorrow?
These wild profusions have really got some good value in this game.
I've longed for this.
Uh-oh. Wombo combo.
For my people.
I think what we do here is we play this,
My staff's a perfect painkiller.
and then we play this.
Can we talk after the battle?
Same time tomorrow?
We'll try and heal back up with double ward down.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. How does one
He's playing very well. It's now down to 2 cards in hand though.
feeling better now? How does one just tell me why?
Wow. How big is Roach?
Look away.
Oh boy.
So I'm still sleepy.
We're gonna use this.
Brace yourself.
Surge! Same time tomorrow?
Please don't die, game.
Twirly whirly.
Oh no, I'm not gonna get to play my turn. This is so annoying. Yeah, I should have had the 5 drop down, but it didn't let me play. Seriously lags when there's a lot of light.
The forest guard dons his mask.
That's a problem.
I failed you.
So we're going to drop this and heal.
It's a perfect painkiller.
Oh, come on. This lag is just ruining this game.
Rest.
What is today's happy little surprise? Good question.
Fear not the god's absence. Water under the bridge.
Not quite how we like to play it, but
Rest.
maybe we should have engaged the amulet first, right? And then we could have seen what we drew.
None can resist scarlet temptation.
Yeah, that might have made more sense.
I see.
Pick me. Sound the retreat! Without suffering, there is no glory.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Be anointed. Turn from sin. Beautiful.
Okay, got our girl in play. Girl in play. This has been a little bit. I'll try and edit this video a tiny bit. There's been a lot of lag for some reason.
I'll always watch over you.
Okay, got 5 player points left.
I was foolish, wasn't I?
Yeah, we got him. That was a great game. A lot of back and forth. A lot of back and forth. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed those games, guys. And I wanted to finish up by just saying that I wanted to share a budget version of a kind of Control Haven deck. Now, in this version, what I've done is I've taken the deck you've just seen, and I have essentially tried to make it as budget friendly as possible while still retaining the kind of gameplay and the kind of structure of the deck. So what you'll see in this version of the deck is that we only have 2 legendaries. We have 1 copy of Xian and we have 1 copy of Rodeo. That enables Rodeo to pull or thin out the deck, as we talked about the importance of that and pulling into the Grace. We have put a 2nd copy of the Grace in though, because obviously with only 1 Rodeo there's less chance, less consistency with getting it, so that's why we've got a double copy in. And we have 1 copy of Xian because I think again in the starter deck I think you can actually get that. We've even cut down massively on the golds for you, so we've only got the The unholy vessels are the kind of key ones. Like, you've got to have these to make this kind of control archetype work. So that would be the first gold you want to craft. And then the only other gold that I've put in is a single copy of Lapis, because that gives you that recurring late game kind of win condition. Other than that, we've then slotted in 3 Sacred Griffins to give you some late game. So Sacred Griffin almost acts like a sort of, you know, a Lapis light, if you like, right? Like when Lapis comes back and she's got Storm, well, the Griffin just has the Storm, right? You know, technically, obviously, you've got to line it up with the amulets, but you can do that. But we've dropped the 2-drop amulet, so really, really light on gold cards. And so this deck is mainly made up then of bronze and silvers. We've added in a couple of Fox of Purities because they fit this pretty good, actually, with Ward. Fits the kind of theme. We've just buffed up... We've just added up the numbers, like a second Holy Shield Maiden, for example, and then the big one that we added was this card. So we've added 3 copies of Featherfall because we don't have the 5-drop legendary card that does 3 damage AOE. If we wait an extra turn, we can basically play a Featherfall, and that will give us that kind of AoE damage plus the Falcon support as well, so we can take out like a 5-drop, for example. So overall, guys, like I think this is a really, really nice budget variant of the Haven Control. Let me know what you think. Any thoughts, any feedback? Like I said, this is my first deck guide. Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for all the support as always. Hit that like and subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, go and check this one out next.